All right, guys. Welcome back to Subnautica. As you can probably see, the game is not where I left off. I played a lot off camera whenever I was doing my other job, and I'm still working at my job right now. I'm just on my day off, and I was waiting on a new mic setup to come in, which it finally did, and hopefully this sounds better to y'all. Uh, I mean, other than that, there's not a whole lot I can really say about it, other than I think it sounds so much better. Oh, I'm stuck. I think it sounds so much better than the other one. The other one was just a mic inside of a headset. This one is a whole stand. This one has its whole mic arm and a microphone. And man, it is gorgeous. It is a HyperX, I think, sitcom 2. Or I think it's podcast. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to look at the box real quick. It is a Quadcast 2, Quadcast 2S, and I think it sounds amazing. And I hope y'all enjoy that sound. I hope it sounds better to y'all. Uh, More so than that raspy other microphone. It had no bass, no high end, no quality, and I'm hoping this sounds better. But it's this today's video is more of a showing you what I have done since the last game or the last episode on it. And I'm not gonna make it that long. I can only be on here for so long right now. And me and my buddy are about to start a recording whenever he gets home. I don't know on what game yet. We haven't talked about it. But we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna have something hopefully done by today or tomorrow and have it uploaded. uh, so I can at least upload somewhat within these few months that I'm probably going to be on and off until hopefully I can make this a full-time job, and then I can really get down and dirty and heavy into this kind of stuff and do what people hopefully enjoy. And what I hope is to bring entertainment to people, you know. I miss the older days. Today it's just a lot of the whole 60 seconds gone, you know. If it doesn't catch your attention, it's gone. And if you don't like my content, that's fine. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm just here to please those who want to stay. Those who enjoy who I am and my own humor and my buddy's humor. And like I said, I'm not here to impress nobody. And again, hey, it is what it is when it comes to this stuff. And if it don't take off, so be it. But I'll probably still be uploading on the regular. But off topic. Today, like I said, it's just going to be about showing off this new base that I built. And oh man, it took me so long to build this. I think I'm now sitting at about 20 hours total for this game. And this was collective, so I wasn't just on it for like 4 hours at a time. This was just being on for like 30 to 45 minutes, collecting resources and doing a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, let's just get into showing you this place. So I first built, or the room that I'm currently in and where I started this video off of is the what I would call the command post, the center, and the basically where the commander sits. And that's kind of what I wanted to represent. And I'm probably gonna swap these two chairs around because I don't like uh I thought this one would be kind of similar, like the whole legs criss and crossing and stuff like that, and it doesn't do the same thing as the dining chair. But I wanted the lab chair because it looked more like a command sit, like a command chair. But onwards, I added some special little detail. I added the little NOA terminal right there. I'm still working on some seats right here to more like an observation part of the command room. He can come out. People can sit down while they're about to be pulled into a meeting or something with them. Like I said, some more decoration. Oh man, I'm about to die. I'm gonna have to get that settled here in a second. I haven't gotten too far on this deck just yet. I'm still thinking about what I want to put here. I might put some like sit areas and stuff. Like before you go and talk to the command post or the commander. And like I said, I haven't gotten too far, but going on this way, uh, oh yeah, before I go too far, you'll see that I noticed in this game, and maybe that's just my own fault. I haven't found it yet, but there are no vertical lateral tubes like there were in the first game. Like you can just build a taller ladder to separate your decks. So what I had to end up doing, and you can see it over there too, is making these small rooms just big enough for the lateral. And I added some windows and kind of gave it a little bit of detail to it. Not, not too much, just enough to kind of make it look good. And I kind of did the inverse on the bottom level of it, just to kind of, like I said, give some aesthetic to it. I also added one of these hatches right here, just so it's not one spot you're constantly getting into. Uh, then I add some windows down these hallways to kind of brighten up the room with natural light. And then we move on to the more fun part, which is my docking moon pool bay, which to me is questionable because sometimes this little guy does not want to attach to his dock. It keeps saying something about like it doesn't fit, it's too big, and this moon pool is clearly almost twice the size of this thing, and it doesn't really work. Now, I don't think it's this fish. This fish just was here. I did not see him here before, but there's some other problems going around here. I'll get to that later. Uh, so that is the whole. I think the Hulk chassis. If I remember correctly, I think that's the Hulk chassis. Uh, for the tadpole, I added this observation deck right here. You can look out into the vast blue ocean, and then over here I got the Scout chassis one. I built two separate ones. I still gotta build the depth module and some other modifications to it. This one currently just has the other one's modifications right now because I was using it earlier. Well, out of this room, come out this room, take a right. We come into where I first started this little bitty base at the moment. So that's kind of why everything's in this little room and it's kind of bland and there's not a lot going on. But out of this room, when you first come through the front hatch, which I'm going to fix this later, it's kind of a little long, but you come out that hatch or come in the hatch, you take a right, and this is the storage facility. And here is the fun part to me about this game. My biggest issue with the first game was, oh, before I dehydrate, my biggest issue with the first game was whenever you had to craft a lot of things, especially base building, when you had to craft a lot of rooms, a lot of windows, and everything else, you had to have the material on you. In this game, as long as you're in a certain vicinity of your actual base, you can grab the material from anywhere. It will grab it from anywhere on your base. So you can have a whole storage room and you don't always have to go to it because that it works same with the fabricator. You can grab anything and everything from anything on the base, and that to me is just awesome. But like I was talking about, this is my storage room. I added nice little windows up there, kind of give some light in here. I separated everything by name. I still haven't finished everything, but I'm getting there. It's just costs a lot of titanium to get this stuff built. I got some more stuff up here. I'm still working on some other items right there. Another observation deck, just overlooking this little base, and you can kind of see where I started building from. I built this out first, and I built the storage room second. Then I worked on the moon pool docks over there. And then from there on, I spent walking this way towards this next section I'm going to get to in just a moment. And then my last section I was working on just recently was this command post over here that overlooks the entire base. And there was still a lot more I haven't even gotten into, which is the scanner and everything else. Uh, Sorry about that. You probably heard my Discord go off. Let me turn off my phone. Uh, but yeah, on that note, there's still a lot of things I haven't done yet, and a lot of that is dealing with the scanner room. I have yet to touch the scanner room. It's something I want to get into, but I'm just so focused into building in this game. It is so good with the building. I feel so immersed in the actual game, and that is exactly what I want out of this game. and it's doing it so well. All right. Well, as you saw down there, I had another hatch on this side, on the bottom side. You come up, and this part is supposed to be the bedrooms. So you have your little entertainment center right here. You can overlook the again the vast blue ocean down there, which is so far as I know has no bottom. You have some more sit area over here. You can sit, chat, talk, whatever you want to do. Got some more stylish windows, and this is my bedroom. This is what I just store up in here for now, and I wanted to kind of make it look a little nice. So that's what I got going on here. I just doing a little bit of detail. I turned off some of the snap functions to get some of the stuff up in here. I did find out, and this is cool to me. Uh, the tables can actually hold items, and I didn't know that. And when I found that out, I was like, "This is awesome." And I love it. It is such a nice detail that you can actually use the tables instead of them just sitting there being useless, other than decoration. But it's so nice to be able to actually use the tables. That is awesome. I love it. Continuing forward again, you can look to the vast blue out there, awesome as can be. This one is supposed to be for my buddy. He just, again, we haven't had much time, so he hasn't been on in a minute since I've done this. Uh, he has seen it, but he just hasn't had time to really play the game right now. Uh, but yeah, I finished the game up until the current story, and what I'm probably gonna end up doing is when the game gets close to being complete, and this is something that I saw on one of the posts that the creators have made, the devs, and that is when what they're trying to do is make it to where you can build and still play on that same save as they're introducing more of the story. And as cool as I think that sounds like for me, when this game fully releases, I'm probably going to completely restart to get that from start to finish feeling. There's nothing better than starting fresh and then going straight through the game all in one. I think that is going to be so fun, so enjoyable, and I'm so excited to see this game all out. I can't wait to see what they do. I'm thrilled as it is with everything I've seen so far, and I don't even have everything yet. There are still some items I don't have, and I'm actually shocked I don't have them. I don't have the wider lights that come in the game. I haven't found them yet, and I don't want to just look them up. I want to explore. I do know about them, and same goes as the decorative rug. I know that's in the game, and I have no clue where that's at. And again, I've been searching, so obviously either I'm blind or I just can't find it. Uh, And okay, so off topic again, go figure. I added a lot of spotlights to it to kind of brighten up the area because my envision is when you're coming up in here with the scout, you're pulling up in there, you're gonna see this docking space. You pull up in there and you dock, and it's a nice widening gap. I don't know, it's like it's super clean, and I like that. However, with this side, it didn't really turn out that way because what I was trying to say before, the whole it not wanting to dock right here, uh, there is for some reason an invisible block or something just right here, and it's not a smooth parking. Like I try to, you just can't find it. You can't see it. It's just it doesn't exist. You can't see it, but you can hit it with the vehicle, but not with your character. So I don't know what it is, but every time I hit it, and it does do damage to my tadpole, but it is what it is. I'm walking around it as it is. Uh, but yeah, this is currently the base. I named it after I call it the drop off because the actual drop off, but old reference. If you know, you know. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but it is from a movie. Uh, yeah, but I call it the drop off because it's right next to that very deep cliff that has basically no limit for what I can tell. And it's kind of hard to really tell what I've made the base. Uh, but where I've put it on that boundary on the. Well, actually, y'all could probably actually see that. I am currently in the Dead Sea Crab zone, where the collector leviathan leaves its victims. Uh, I chose the spot because one, I wanted my base to be deeper than the starting level, and I wanted it to be a flat surface so I can walk, like build a wider base. And that's kind of what I wanted, is a more open base, a place where I can dock more ships. If there's more ships to come out, I wanted to future proof it. But I made that decision before I really thought about what I was wanting to do with it. So when the game fully comes out, this is where I'm going to build my base. As far as I'm concerned, again, there's new biomes coming out, there's new creatures. This could change. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, so far I'm extremely happy with this game. It's been so much fun. It took me forever to realize that there is a dash button, and look, I kept forgetting I have it, and I keep forgetting all the time. So this is the last part of the base, and this is going to be something you may not know until you actually get to it in the game. This is more of the in-game stuff right now. Uh, oh, I'm going to drown. I made this little bitty base to run on solar power and put a bunch of batteries in there for the mining rigs right there for the farms. These farms can produce basically almost any material given time. And what you would do is you would take I think this is what they change it to, the feedback resonator. You would charge it, you would lease it, and you destroy it. And what it would do is it would give you a set time depending on the resource and grow more infinitely. All it uses is power, and however, it does use a good amount of power. Hence why I go solar power and batteries, because then it charges during the day, and during the night it uses the batteries to power it to the daytime, and it's an infinite cycle for me. And I built it right next to the base, but I didn't want it to be part of the same electrical grid. If it was part of the same electrical grid, then I would have to be spending more resources on batteries and solar panels, and I did not want to mix the power grid from those farms from the power goods from this base. I didn't want all that. I was going to make it very confusing to see how much power total it was drawing. And at the time, I didn't know if there was a limit or not for the farms. So I thought there would be more. Uh, yeah. That's as far as I've gotten. I did complete the story so far. I got the message and everything. I'm not gonna spoil anything for those who don't know. Even though the game's been out for a few weeks now, I'm still not gonna say much about it. I love the story so far, though. It is, oh, it's so good. I I know I don't sound thrilled, but trust me, I am extremely thrilled for this. I've been waiting on this since Subnautica came out, and then Below Zero came out. I've been waiting for this. This is just an amazing game. But man, well, like I said, this is my base. Hopefully y'all are impressed. I think I did a good job on it. So, okay, changing subjects. Upload schedule. It's going to be finicky because I am currently working in 7/12s. So if you don't know what that means, it means that I'm working 7 days a week, 13 days straight before I get 1 day off. And the 7 implies 7 days a week. So, and then the 12 implies I'm working 12 hours a day. And I live about an hour away from work. So when I get home, I really pretty much got to get all my stuff ready for the next day. And I'm pretty much going back to back to back to back to back until my day off. So, uh, in terms of upload schedule, I don't know if I will upload during my actual work hours, like during my actual work days. When I get home, I know I'm gonna try my best to do during the during my breaks, like I am today, I'm going to try to at least get one episode or one video out on my days off. I pray that I can try to get two. If I can get two out, it will be so much better because then y'all won't have to wait on a video, and I don't have to worry about stressing myself out or trying to make myself lose sleep to try to record and put out a video. But yeah, guys, that's really all I can really talk about right now. I wait for my buddy to get home. When he gets home, we're gonna record something. Uh, I still got a couple things I gotta go do before he gets home and before we start this stuff. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the base. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it's really just a catch up for y'all. And again, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all guys in the next one. Bye.